Alright guys, welcome back here. Quarter number 3 as we start out here, of course, as you can see. 15 minutes on the clock here. Currently the Buckeyes here are going to be kicking off to the Florida Gators. And let's get right away here to quarter number 3. First, before we actually kick it off here, I do want to actually thank you guys for making my first video here with the first quarter here. Actually, the most watched video, I guess you would say, for my channel. So I wanted to thank you guys for that great support here, guys. So if you guys absolutely like this, then smash the like button there below. And of course, always comment and make suggestions here. I always am welcome to feedback and what you guys want to do. It is my, of course, channel, but it is your support that kind of keeps it going and makes me interested in these games, which are so great, which is essentially why I think a lot of these games are so fantastic. Is it really allows you to connect with the community. So guys, once again, thank you very much for your support, and without further ado, let's get on to the game here, as it is 14-14. Ohio State's going to be the one that's going to be kicking the ball off here, so let's roll on to. So 36 here. 36 is 61 yards to the primary guy there. Let's make sure we change this ball. Actually, it's not on the 20, but on the 35 there. So, oops, there we go, 35 there, perfect. So with the 36 there, it looks like it's going to be 61 yards, and it's going to be to the primary. So if we add 1 yard there, boom, and we're going up 10 yards each time. So we're going to go up to 60 yards. So let's go 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? No, I think 10's right there, so 2, and then, wait, no, it would be 44, so it would be then 2, and then 3, then 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so ball on the 41-yard line is going to be returned by the primary receiver, or return man, for the Florida Gators. So it's going to be, let's see here, it's going to be Brandon James. So 61 here. So 61 on a return, normal return, of course, is going to mean that we're going to have a 61 and 9 plus 9 to return. So plus 9 is going to be 23, plus 9 will be 32. So a 32-yard gain there. So 2, and then 1, 2, and 3. Perfect. So it's going to be Florida Gator ball here, and that will actually stop the clock at 14:45 here. The Florida Gators ball there. Tim Tebow coming back up on the field after that abysmal, really, first half there. And let's get the ball rolling here, as we, of course, are going to do a play here real quick as a fast action cards there. So it's going to be I guess you would say a rushing play. So I'm just getting out my stats real quick here so I can have this available for me. So with the stats here, it looks like we're going to be doing a running play, and the runner will be 12. So 12 will be the runner, and it looks like right here, it looks like knocked out of bounds after getting 10 plus how many yards? Let's look real quick. 5, so 15 yards. Offensive penalty, 10 yards. Holding. So I believe holding, if I'm not mistaken, is a repeat down there. So, yeah, if I'm not mistaken there, I do believe that is actually a 10-yard penalty, repeat first down. So that will add 10 yards there for him. So let's see here. So 36, 26, 26 there. So the play was gone through. So that would be 14-15 there. So that play was kind of called off there, as looks like number 12, which would be Jeff Demps, or no, Chris Rainey, ran through there, but unfortunately it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get that play. So that's a penalty for the Gators there, offensive holding. First down and 20. All right, so 5-1 here. So 5 is going to be a short pass versus a run defense. Let's check it out here. Short pass to run defense. And number 4 for a passing play is going to be Murphy. So let's see here. So run defense right there. And let's see how Murphy does here for the Gators here. So 52. Now 52 says here for us we're going to be on the third quarter. So F. We're going to look for F there. It's going to be Laurinaitis. Okay. So Laurinaitis Does he have 2? He does. So it's going to be trips up receiver after half R yard gain. So it looks like Murphy, his R's is a 17, so that's going to be rounded down. So instead of a 17, so it's going to be a 6, right? I know, wait, sorry. That's going to be an 8, because 8 plus 8 is 16. So we're going to round down because you don't want to ever round up. So it'll be 8 yards there for Murphy on the pass play there. So good on him for that. So it'll be 2nd and 12 there. Ball on the, so 8 yards, 34-yard line. And that'll take away down to 13, 45. So Murphy there, I'm going to write those down real quick here. A nice little pass there, probably a nice little shuttle pass there by Tim Tebow. Trying to get him back in motion, got to get that confidence back up. So Murphy gets a nice 8-yard play there. That's his 3rd reception there for the game here. So 2nd down. I guess you could play a fast action deck here real quick. So let's get that fast action deck going here. So that's going to be a bullet is a pass play. So pass play is going to be defense penalty, 5 yards, encroachment. So there you go. So that's going to be a 5 yards here. So that's going to bring it down to 7. And then 13, 30. It's going to 2nd down and 4, 5, so 39. 2nd and 7 on the Florida Gator 39-yard line here. Let's see what happens here as we roll the dice. Okay, so 35. So 3-5 is going to be outside run. Outside run versus a pass defense. So let's check that out here. And the runner is going to be on a 12. It's going to be Rainey there. So outside run versus a pass defense. Okay. All right, let's see how Rainey does here, as he is a really quick runner there. See if he can get around the corner there, as he always used to do. 64, roll again on unusual charts. So let's see how the unusual play works here. 33, so 33 says here, 10 yards, penalty, plus injury. So let's check the penalty first real quick here. So that's me at 56 there. 56 has multiple penalties. Oh boy. So multiple penalties, so I'm assuming they're going to be offsetting. It doesn't much matter. I don't really care for rolling again, because if they're multiple penalties, I guess if it's not, I guess it wouldn't be offsetting if it's offense and offense. So let's check. So 24 would be offense 5 yards, 3A. Okay, so 3A would be false start. Okay. Well, that obviously that wouldn't. That false start would actually stop the play completely dead there. So that's a dead ball foul there. 5 yards. 36 is a defense for B. So defense offsides. Well, how the heck would that happen? So offense false start and defensive offsides. So, well, I'm not really sure how defense would be offsides with the offense also having a false start. I feel like the offense false start would override it. You know what I mean? Because, well, just thinking logically speaking, with the game of football, a false start would be impossible. But according to the game, there was multiple penalties thrown, so the penalties would offset. Because an offsides, man, so an offsides would, I guess you could have, right? Because you could have an offensive or defensive player offsides, right? And then there could be a false start on like an offensive lineman, whereas a cornerback could be offsides. I don't know how, but it could happen, right? And so that technically the refs could easily have, offset the penalties. So nonetheless, it'll be offset there. Replay, second down. My goodness. So let's do another fast action card there to get us back in motion there. That was a bullet, so that's going to be a pass there. So pass says incomplete, AA or better, complete to choice for 15 yards. Now Tim Tebow is a AA passer there, so he's going to be complete to choice for 15 yards. So let's check and see who's going to pass to for 15 yards. 1 will be Murphy. So that's going to be first down there. And 10. 15 yards there. It's going to be 1, so that's me 14 yards now. So 10 yards here, boom, and then 4 yards, 1, 2, 3, 4, perfect, on the 46-yard line. And that will be 15 seconds for the previous play. That was a penalty, right? And then 30 seconds for the other one. I sometimes will forget to do the time there, but nonetheless, we're at 12:45, and the Florida Gators are marching down there, as you guys can already tell, down to the Ohio State 46-yard line. All right, so the action's getting a little bit better here, as of course the Florida Gators have the ball here on the Ohio State time here, or on the side here. So we did just play a fast action card, so we can't play it. So we got to roll here. So 32. So 3 is an outside, and then 2 is safe. So outside versus a safe there. 13 for running is going to be Chris Rainey. So let's see how Rainey does here against the Ohio State defense here. 54. So 54 says going to E. E is going to be Freeman, and Freeman is a 0 run. He does not have 0, and he has 2. He's not too bad. So with a 2 run here, so it's like defender blast runner for 1 yard loss. Possible injury. Oh boy. So 1 yard loss there. So let's add the 1 yard. Let's add the 1 yard here. No, don't add a penalty there. 1 yard loss there. Ball on the 47 there. Kind of wish that they would actually kind of cooperate between each other, but and then of course we gotta take away the time there for us, and let's check what the injury is going to be here. So 25. So 25 here, it looks like 25 SB helped off field, go to column B, roll again. So it looks like Chris Rainey was hit there pretty hard and was helped off the field. 13 says player helmet bounced off turf but stays in game. So luckily there, not too bad there. Just kind of got a little bit shaken up here. Probably can't play this game or this down here because he got taken off the field. But nonetheless, Chris Rainey there with a -1 yards there. And we'll see a 2nd down and 11 here. And we'll roll the fast action cards here. So that's going to be a run play. And who's the runner going to be? 8. So 8 looks like Percy Harvin here. So defender makes solo tackle after runner gains 3 yards. So Percy Harvin there gets 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 8. And that will be, of course, a 3rd down here. And bring us down to 11 minutes and 45 seconds left in the 3rd quarter here. And that looks like, let's see here, Percy Harvin. Just putting some stats there. 3, that's his receptions there, unfortunately. Sometimes I get my receptions there wrong here. So that's going to be his 3rd run today. So he's up to 7 yards there. Hasn't broken anything just yet. And by breaking, I mean that's a kind of a dual meaning there. He used to break everything because he was so injury prone. And also breaking, of course, a huge long run for 57 yards. So 6 and 6. With a 6 and 6, you have to actually re-roll it, and then you're going to roll it off of the audible. So it's on initial double roll. You want to re-roll one of the die for the new offensive play call below. Now the tendency for these like these college teams, it's definitely a +2, not +3 or 4. I say +2 because there's always that long ball that the college teams like to play. But when we roll it here, we're going to roll it off of tendency rating, and I'll show you right here what I'm talking about. Along this line, as long as we go further this way, there's going to be more run plays that are going to be called. So they're absolutely a running team. As you can, of course, already see here, they run 1 to 12 and then 13 to 20. So almost like a 65% running team. So let's check and see what's going to happen here. So 1. So 1 means it's going to be an inside run, even though it doesn't make too much sense. I would say still inside run. See what they're going to say here. So inside run versus a 6, which is going to be a blitz defense. So inside versus blitz, and the first man gets it. It's going to be Tim Tebow. So it looks like they're going to be calling a play here for Tebow to do a nice little sneak there. I guess it'd be something to try to catch the defense off guard. They did that definitely a couple times here. So Tim Tebow, let's see how he does here. 35. So 35 says we're going to be checking the fullback, and the fullback for the offensive team here for Gators, well, I guess SB would be the guy, right? Because they have an SB, so strong back is what I guess he put here. So SB would be Chris Rainey, even though he's not really a fullback. Does he have a 2-run? He does. So it looks like 6 yards after defender wiped out by block. So it looks like a 6-yard run after defender. So yes, it was a good run there, but unfortunately, definitely doesn't get the Florida Gators where they need to be here, as it is 4th down and 2 with on the 38-yard line, and it's going to bring up to down to 11 minutes and 15 seconds. Now the question, of course, is do you go for it? I absolutely think with a 38-yard, if you can't do a field goal, the field goal kickers are not that good. Caleb Sturgis is not that good of a kicker. Colleges, you can't line up a 38 unless you're Florida State, really, you have all those great kickers. So punting wise, you could definitely punt it here and try to see if you can knock it down just into a little area there. But I'm absolutely going to go for it here. I think it's a good decision. The ball's on 38, so it's not a terrible decision to miss it up. So let's see how they go here, as we, of course, go for it on 4th down and 2, as the fans are crying out for the Gators to go for it. So 32, so that's going to be outside, or it's going to be an inside, because it's a 4th and 1 or 4th and 2. So it's going to be an inside run versus a run defense. So let's see what happens here against that. And 7 will be Tim Tebow again. So Tim Tebow's going to do that little check there, that little pump fake action there. And looks like 12. So 12 looks like a pretty good one here, as Tim Tebow's going to be, for his inside running, as a B. So let's see here, 12. Oh, no, that's just so sad. It's a 1-yard gain there. So so Tebow does get that 1-yard gain. Unfortunately, that's just not enough, as it is 4th and 2. So that will bring up 1st and 10 for the Buckeyes, and that will get them to the 37-yard line. Definitely close call there, folks, but unfortunately, no cigar there for the Gators, as of course it will be turnover on downs, and the Ohio State Buckeyes will actually come up with the ball here. Okay, so let's see here. Ohio State, let's check it out here. There we go. So that's a bullet. So that's going to be a pass. So let's check out what's going to happen here. So it looks like complete to EC, quick catch for dice amount of roll, or dice amount of yards. So let's check it out. So that's going to be 3 yards here. So that's going to be a completion by Terrell Pryor there. Okay. And who's EC? It's going to be Ballard. So Ballard is got another catch there here for him. So that'll be for 3 yards there. That's 2 catches for Ballard. And we're going to roll it for 2nd down here. And 3 yards there. Putting all the stats in is sometimes the most fun part about it, of course, here. Definitely is the most rewarding. Was that on 34? No, 37, right? Yeah, 37, so 40. There you go. 10:45. Let's check that down to a 10:15. There you go. Okay, so 2-1. So 2 is going to be inside run versus a run defense there, and it's going to go to a 2. So that's going to be going over to Wells there. So Wells will be the one that we have here. Okay, 65 there. So 65 looks like J. So J is going to be Sanders. So Terrence Sanders, does he have 2 run? He does not. So is he rated 0? Nope. So otherwise, it's just a 1-yard gain there for Wells, as he, of course, pushes down to 3rd and 6 there. A ball on the 41-yard line of the Ohio State side there. And we're going to go down to 9:45 there in the 3rd quarter, guys. So Wells definitely is just kind of plowing through here. Definitely had plenty of touches, I can tell you that much. And as we, of course, go into 3rd down, let's see what happens here, as the Ohio State Buckeyes are looking to get that 6-yard gain here to keep the ball here. So 41 there. So 41 is going to be short medium. Let's see what happens here on the medium and short here. Medium is going to be a bullet, and then short will be the normal one there, or like the no dice. So it looks like it's going to be a medium there. So a medium pass play versus a safe defense there. So let's check that out real quick here. Safe defense, and it's going to go to number 6, which of course still will be Robisky. So Robisky there, 14. So 14 shows us here. And of course, Terrell Pryor is a 1A completion. So 14 is going to be Q minus 1 die. So Q is going to be 13 minus 6. That will be 7. So 7 yards is good enough for a first down there, guys. So 7 yards. So that's going to be 41. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. Up to the 47-yard line. First down and 10 there for the Ohio State Buckeyes. And it looks like Terrell Pryor caught a nice little gain there. So that's going to be his, I think that is his 9th attempt there and his 7th completion. And that will be his 3rd, I guess, to Robisky. So that will be 7 yards there. Robisky's starting to create a nice little game for himself. Let's do the fact cards here. So that's going to be a pass play. Pass play says, cotton flat, complete. Question to EA for 17 yards. Well, none of them have a question mark, but it's going to be complete to EA for 17 yards. So EA is going to be Robisky there. So Robisky's going to get a 17-yard gain there, which is absolutely phenomenal, as he is absolutely, like I mentioned here, having a fantastic game. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 10 attempts, and that is going to be the 8th completion there. And we're going to go 17 yards, first down and 10 there. So 3 yards, so 14. So we're going to go down 14, so 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then all the way down to the 36-yard line there. Oh, 35, 36. 36, there it is. All right, cool. And then 8:45 remaining there, as the Ohio State Buckeyes has now gone across the midfield line there, as they are now in Gator territory. Okay, so let's roll some dice here. Ooh, 3, there we go. So 31 there. 31 outside run versus a run versus a run defense. So outside run versus run defense. Okay. Versus a run defense, so that's going to be against 7, which is going to be Wells again here. So 21. 21 says, let's see here, Wells looks like he's outside. He's a AAA, so AAA looks like for a 21, 6-yard gain, second down and 4. Okay, second down and 4. Okay, so 36, right? So 32-yard line, and that will be 8:15 remaining. Both teams are getting some really good possession here. Definitely makes it a little easier for us to enjoy the game a little bit there when we see both teams getting the nice little ball there for us. So that's going to be was that an outside run for 6 yards? Man, I think Wells is going to possibly get the player of the game. He's gotten the ball so often with this team. Let's see here. They're on the 32-yard line. Let's roll the fast action cards here real quick. So that's going to be a run. And who are you going to run to? 7. So again, that's going to be Wells. So dropped after a gain of 1 yard. So a 1-yard gain. Looks like the Florida Gators sniffed out that little play there. For them, of course, they are just going to Wells all the time, so at some point it does have to happen there. So 7:45 remaining in the third quarter, third down. Okay, so let's check it out here. So third down and 3, a very important third down. Definitely need to get close to field goal range there so I can get some points on the board. So 5-2, so a 5 on a 3rd and 3 will be a short play versus a safe defense. So short, safe. Okay, so that's number 6 there. So Robisky is going to be the one that's receiving here. So 52. 52 states to us, we're looking at E. E for Stamper. Does he have a 0 pass? He does. Stamper has a 0 pass, which means it's going to be extra short here, or extreme short here. So 53 here. 53 dice means SB. We're looking at the fullback real quick. Does he have a 0 pass? He does. So Wells does have that, so it's going to be a slow. So tackled after how many yards here? 6 yards. So that's going to get them that first down there. First down and 10, 6 yards. So 1, so 5, down to the 25-yard line on the Florida Gator side here. That's going to bring us to 7:15 remaining, as the Ohio State Buckeyes is kind of getting their groove on here. So with the 25-yard line, we're going to roll one more fact card here and see what happens. That is a pass play, so let's see what happens here. QB hurried, thrown away, incomplete. So there's an incomplete pass there, as Terrell Pryor tries to throw the ball there. Okay, so that'll be a play that stops the clock there, of course. So that's the first one there. So down to 7 minutes now. So second down and 10 on the 25-yard line. 3-6. So 3 is going to be outside run versus a blitz defense. So Gators are bringing hot and heavy heat here against the blitz, against a 20. So that's going to be Nicole is going to be the one that's going to get there. So Nicole, 41. Tackle. So let's look at the tackle real quick. So Boone, the left tackle here, does he have a run too? He does. So the XR column is what we're looking at next here. So 22 on the column here looks for I, which is Marsh. Does he have a 2 run? He does not. So drags defender for 8 yards. So good for Nickel here, making the most of the time that he gets here, as he hasn't actually touched the ball just yet. So that's going to be down to 5, then 3, so that's 17-yard line there. Third down and 2. It's going to be down to the 6-minute and 30-second mark here, as they have taken up almost half the quarter here with this one drive. Okay, so let's look real quick here. Let's add Nickel to is that Nickel to the receiving, yeah? So Nickel, where's he rushing? Bowserman? Yeah, I think Bowserman. It's Bowserman, not Nickel, because there was a rushing play there. So Bowserman got the, so was it 8 yards? Yeah, 8 yards. So 8 yards, Bowserman there. So that's his third run there, getting some good yardage on there. So, did not go to 1st and 10. There we go, 1st and 10. Ball on the 17-yard line. Okay, so 6 minutes and 30 seconds left. Oh, wait, I apologize. Did I go to the 1st and 10? I meant, oh man, I can't remember. 3rd and 2, yeah. 3rd and 2. So 3rd and 2, ball on the 17-yard line. 44 here. So 44 means we needed to change the offensive play call. So 4, even if it's a 4, we just keep it. So their tendency is a +2 as well. They did run as well a lot. So it's going to be the same thing. So a 4 on them is going to actually be an outside run versus 4, which is going to be a 3rd and 2 run defense. So that's going to be a run defense there against 7, which would be Wells. Let's see what happens here. 61. So 61 F. So F looks like Spikes. So Brandon Spikes, does he have a 0 run? He does not. So runners stacked up at the sideline, no gain. So there's no gain there on the play. So 4th and 2 there, and we're going to go all the way down to the 6-minute mark, as it's going to be 4th and 2, ball on the 17-yard line, and they're going to go, they're not going to go for it. They're just going to take the kick there, as Wells gets held up at the line there. Definitely a good time to take a field goal. So with this field goal here, as it's 17-yard line, technically for us here, we're going to be adding 10 yards onto it, right, for the end zone. So that's 27 plus 5 will be 32. So it's going to be a 32-yard kick here. Their kicker is, let's see here, place kicker is Pretorius, right? Pretorius? Yeah, Pretorius. Okay, so Pretorius is their kicker. So field goal is a AA there for Pretorius. So let's see what he's going to do here. So he's got to get that great play here. Okay, so 63, that's not very good, actually. In fact, that's honestly terrible. So 63 means that a 34-yard kick will be in. So let's see, we're at 10, so that's going to be 27, right? Plus 5 is 32, so 34 and in, he has made it. So he did make the field goal there, so that's going to put them up to 17 on there, and that'll put them to 5 minutes and 45 seconds left. And we're going to go to the 35-yard line for the kickoff, as the Ohio State Buckeyes have gotten to get a play there, or get some points there on the board, as the field goal kicker gets it on there. So good job there for him. So that was for Pretorius, right? So Pretorius, okay. He made a kick here for, what was that, 32 yards? Yeah, 32-yarder. Okay, so that will be 3 points there. So field goal for OSU. So field goals there for OSU. That's going to put them up to 17-14 there. So we're looking at a pretty good team here so far. Pretty good game. So 7-14. Okay. All right. And let's do kickoff here. All right, so kickoff is ready to go. Both teams are all set. 53. Brandon James is back there to take it off here. So 53 says 56 yards. And we're going to go to the 56-yard drive for 53. So let's add on 50 yards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 56 yards, so 5, and then 5, 6. So 9-yard line there. So the 9-yard line of the Florida Gators there. Let's see how the return's going to be. So 55 here. So kickoff return 55 is unusual. Oh boy, so unusual is never usually a good thing as far as I can tell. So a 13. So a 13 on kick returns is a long return, but a holding. So so let's look at the long return real quick here as we play it here. So long return 53. So 53 on a long return will be 46 plus that. Oh boy. Let's see here. If two readings in column, first reading is for long kick, interception, and missed field goal. Second reading is for long punt, fumble, and block kick. Okay, so 53 would mean 46 plus 6, right? 46 plus 6 would be 52 yards. So it should be 52 yards. Let's check it out here. So 52 yards will be, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there you go. So ball on the Ohio State yard line there, but we do have to check and see where the foul is committed there. So 64. So 64 on kick plays there. So 64 will be 7. So 7 looks like multiple penalties, roll twice, offsetting penalties, or accept greater penalties. So let's see what happens here. So 36 here. So a 36 on the kick play is 3D. So it looks like ineligible receiver downfield. How does that make sense? 3D. How would that make sense? Ineligible receiver downfield. That doesn't make sense on a kick play or a return play. I'm sorry, I read it on a return play. So 9. 9 says return team. I gotta go back to the first thing here because it was right here. 56, I think it was. So it looks like return team. 10 yards from end of return, blocking foul. So looks like 10 yards from end of return. So we have to add 10 yards back on. So 1, so up to 49 here because it's a return team blocking foul. So still a great run back there by Brandon James, but definitely was a foul there. So we're going to start the ball here. The Gators are going to have the ball. 1st and 10 on the Ohio State side of the field on the 49-yard line with a great return back, but of course there was blocking there, so illegal blocking there, but still 5 minutes and 30 seconds left. Okay, so let's try our luck here for some action here. So pass play here. Incomplete pressure from looks like Abdallah, Worthington, and Wilson. Looks like they had to throw the ball away there. So incomplete there. That's going to be another Gator Tim Tebow throwaway there. So 2nd down and 10, as it's going to be down to the 5 minutes and 15 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Okay, so 53. So 5 is going to be short, and then 3 is safe. So short safe here. Okay, let's look over here, see what's going to happen here. Short safe. And that's going to be to 20, which is going to be to James. So Brandon James is going to be the one that's going to get the little pitch off here to 24. So 24, we're going to look at D and F. Do they have 0 passes? So D does not have a 0 pass. Jenkins is a 2. And F, Laurinaitis, is not going to have a 0. He has 2 as well. So it looks like partially deflected. Go to Y chart. So the Y chart's going to go here. Let's see what happens here. 56. So it's 56. So it looks like 10 or more on the Y chart. Well, Tim Tebow does not have that, even though it looks like he's had 2 interceptions today. So it's going to be an incomplete pass. Let's see what happens here. 56. So it looks like sure interception dropped. So they almost got the interception there, but the clock is going to stop there at 5 minutes there with a possible interception. But Tim Tebow just gets away with it. So that's going to be his 16th attempt there, but he is definitely starting to flounder a little bit with his throwing here. So 3rd down and 10. Ball on the 49-yard line. Nothing has changed. 64. So let's see. 64 is going to be on a 10, a long play versus a 4, which will be a pass. So long versus a pass defense. Okay, so let's check that out here. RN here. So long versus pass. And it's going to go to 12. 12 is going to be to Thompson. I don't really remember Thompson, actually. 61. So 61, let's check it out. So 61 is A, so it is A, have 0 pass. A does not. Chekwa does not have 0 pass. So it looks like we're going to go to Y chart here again, as Tim Tebow is almost getting a possible interception again. 21 says he's a 3 or more. Well, Tim Tebow on his Y chart is a 1, so he's not. So it looks like we're going to see an incomplete pass here. So 31 says dumped in front of coverage. So just definitely not so good here. 4th down and 10, as they definitely get another pass play that should have actually happened there, but unfortunately cannot connect, as they definitely went 3 and out there after a great return by Brandon James. But we're going to see how the punt team can go here, as they use a coffin punt to try to knock it back into the Ohio State side of the field. 64. So Chaz Henry is 64 here on the coffin punt. So 64 says unusual. Oh no. So let's see here. So unusual for the coffin punt. 45. Let's see here. So what was that? 45. 45 says 33. It's going to be a penalty plus an injury. So let's check out. Let's see what happens here. So 11. So 11 here on the penalty chart says to us here 11 on kick plays 2C-A. Okay, so 2C-A. So 2C. It looks like defense, 15 yards, automatic 1st down, roughing the kicker. Oh boy, that's not good there for them. Excuse me. So we got to go to the injury chart, but that's going to be a 1st down and 10 there. 15-yard penalty, so 5. Let's see what happened, though, with the cost of the play, though, because as it went to the 5 there. So 9, 5, yeah, so that'd be 4. So 4, and then 34, as it was a roughing the pass or roughing the kicker there. And we're going to see it go down to 430 there. Let's see what happens with the injury chart. Okay, so 54 says 10 or... Why is that? I'm looking at a Y chart. 54 says defender C, injured on play, go to column B and roll again. So C would be Russell. 16 says player shakes off hard hit and stays in game. Of course he does. He's a defender, so he's going to definitely keep out there. So we're good to go there, as we are now, of course, 4:30, and we're going to see the fast action check here as the Gators got away with a roughing the kicker there. So Chaz Henry kind of maybe walked into it, leaned in a little bit there, and Ohio State clipped the kicker, and now they have a 1st down on the Ohio State 34-yard line. So it's going to be a pass play. Let's see what Tim Tebow says. incomplete, intended for EA. If EA has the exclamation point, caught for yards gained. Well, they don't. None of these players have this because they are in college, and it doesn't look like he gave them that. So it is incomplete pass there. So Tim needs to settle down definitely and get back to getting back into his good Heisman ways there. So 4:15 there left in the third quarter, and we're gonna see what we can do here as we go to the second down and 10, 2-2. Let's re-roll this again. Let's put these guys back up here just so that we can continue not to mess with those. So 1 is going to be inside versus a safe defense. So inside run versus safe defense. Okay, so let's check that out versus a 10, or I guess a 10 would be the running guy here. So the running back is going to be Chris Rainey. So 24. So that's KG. KG is Wilson and is that Homan? I think it's Homan. 2 running. Do either of them have 2? Neither of them have 2. So it looks like he hammers ahead for a 1 yard gain. So yeah, so 1 yard gain there for Chris Rainey there. The alternative was he's going to have a 4 yard loss. So I guess you'll take the 1 yard gain, right? Any day of the week. So we're going to go down to 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Okay. Okay, so 3rd and 9 here. And Chris Rainey's going to get the play here. So let's see here. Rainey, 1 yard gain. Okay, so 2-4 on a 3rd and 9. So 2 is going to be an outside play, and then 4 is going to be a pass play. So outside pass. Possible good play here as the defense is sagging off. You know what they say. If you sag off, well, you swag off here. So let's see here. So the running back would be, I think that was a 13. Boy, I didn't even look, unfortunately. So we'll go with Chris Rainey again. I apologize, guys. I know you guys probably already saw that, knew who was going to be running back, but I unfortunately touched it. So we're going to say Chris Rainey again. So 2-4 again will be Chris Rainey. So AC, do either of them have running 0? So C does not have that, and A does not have that. Chekwa nor Russell. So it's not going to be any of those. So runner tackled after 5 yard gain. So 5 yard gain. So that's a 4th down, unfortunately. 4th down, and what is a 5 yard gain? So 4 there. And we're going to see that go down to the 28 yard line, and we're going to go for a kick here for a field goal. Definitely try and see if we can do that here, because I think Caleb Sturgis has, or not Caleb Sturgis, but Jonathan Phillips has a AAA field goal, even though he missed left and right. He was so inaccurate with his kicks, but he could hit the distance. So let's check and see what's going to happen here. Okay, so let's roll some dice here. So let's see here. Jonathan Phillips, 55 for a kick here. Oh boy. Okay, 55 for a field goal attempt. He has a AAA, so a AAA kick, 55. Looks like a 55 is going to be an unusual. So right now, just as a kind of clarification, how many yards were out? That's going to be 38 plus 5, so that's going to be a 42 yarder. So right now we're looking at an unusual chart here. So again, we're looking for a 42 yarder. Or 43, I apologize, 43 yarder. So 43 yarder, but we're on an unusual kick here. So place kicks here, right? So 25. So 25 says 36 yards, good. So he misses it, right? But there is a penalty. So let's look what the penalty was on a kick play. So that was a 64 there. So kick play 64, 7. So 7 looks like multiple penalties. All right, for the Florida Gators' sake, better be offsetting here. So 52. So 52 on a kick play is a 4B. Okay, 4B is defense, 5 yards. Repeat down, offsides, and then 56 would be 5B. So that'd be offense, 10 yards. Repeat down, tripping. So it would be a repeat down. Penalty play, offsetting calls here. So 3 minutes left here, and they're going to re-roll it here to see if by chance he can make a 43 yarder. And 11 will definitely guarantee that. I can promise you that. He has perfect leg on it. He could have made it up to a 65 yards kick there, folks. So he had hit it over the net, I would even say, on that 48 yarder. So that'll bring